everyone, Mark here, and in this video I'm going to tell you basic tips on how to get started with 3D modeling. For those of you with absolutely no experience, you're a complete beginner, and you want to know how to make 3D things on the computer so you can 3D print them later. If you haven't already, go watch my last video on how to 3D print from concept to finished product. I have a short version and a long version. In all my years of 3D modeling, the best tip that I can personally give you, the viewer, is play around with the software. Find a software, play around with it for 10, 20 minutes. Learn the basics, try to just see if you can figure it out on your own. By all means, go watch tutorial videos online, but you might get that boring guy who takes forever and takes too long to explain every little detail to you about the software. Everything can be broken down into just basic shapes like squares and circles, triangles and lines. Just try to figure out how you can make those shapes. Find things around the house to mimic. Not everything you design is going to be 3D printed. The important thing is that you practice. Now, there are tons of CAD softwares out there. Just to read off a few, there's SolidWorks, Inventor, AutoCAD, Rivet, Fusion, SketchUp, OpenSCAD, FreeCAD, all these CAD softwares out there. Just get started with one. And the one I truly recommend that you start off with is Tinkercad. It is a free online CAD software, no download required. Just log on and start designing, and it's very easy to use. All these CAD softwares have all these bells and whistles, and these videos, they take so long to tell you all these little things that this one does and that one doesn't. Just play around with it at first, and then later down the road, go watch those videos again, learn and pick up new tips and tricks that you couldn't figure out while you were playing with it yourself. For instance, when I used Autodesk Inventor, the one tutorial video I watched was 6 hours. I didn't need to watch all 6 hours of that, and I didn't. I watched about an hour, learned some of the basics of Autodesk Inventor, played around with it for a few days. I went back later and it picked up on some new things that I didn't figure out myself when I played around with it. So I'm going to show you some basic things that you can design yourself, and in the following video I'll actually design some of these things in a couple of different CAD softwares to give you a general idea of what it takes to design in different CAD softwares. So a really good project to start off on is a name tag. Look at mine. Very simple, just a square. I got a arc right up here to wrap around my keychain, and it's popping out. It's really cool. Here's another one. It is my college's logo as a keychain. A lot of keychains, right? So if you want to design stuff, think of something that would be interesting to make and maybe put a circle on it and make it a keychain. Here's a house, that I made. Super simple, square, triangular roof, put the word house in there, cookie cutter the word house. A chair or even a mug would be a good first project. I mean, here's a cup, right? And try to maybe mimic something like a Lego, right? So here's the original, and here's the one that I tried to make. It was really, really close to it. My first project I actually did was back in high school. A simple heart with a little hole in it so I could make it into a necklace. I started from there and I built my way up. And before you know it, you'll be printing everything. And just extra little thing, you'll see your progress after a while. This is one of the first little red chairs that I made. all just basic rectangles. And you can see after quite a while, I got better at modeling more complex shapes, and my chair ended up looking like this. That's pretty much all you really need to know for some of the basics, but in my upcoming videos, I will show how to do some simple projects in a few CAD softwares. All right, thanks for listening.